You were told to be good, but they never told you what it would cost. This video might leave you questioning your morals, and finally understanding why the good guy always loses. Let me ask you something. Have you ever done the right thing? Told the truth? Helped someone? Forgave? Stayed kind? And still got burned for it? You didn't cheat. You didn't lie. You didn't manipulate. And somehow, you were the one who got overlooked, discarded, used. Feels familiar? That's because in the real world, goodness doesn't always reward you. Sometimes it exposes you. And no one understood this more than Niccolò Machiavelli, a man who dared to ask the question we're all too scared to say out loud. Is goodness a liability? In this video, we'll explore why being good can backfire in a world designed for deception, how Machiavelli's dark realism reveals the hidden costs of virtue, and how to protect your values without being turned into someone's pawn. This isn't just about power, it's about survival with your soul intact. Because in a world where kindness is often exploited, what does it really mean to be good? Stay with me. This might be the lesson you wish someone told you before you got betrayed. We're told from childhood, be nice, be honest, be selfless. Good people win in the end. But then you grow up, and the world doesn't reward your goodness. It uses it. Your kindness becomes currency, your empathy becomes weakness, and your silence, that becomes permission. Machiavelli saw this 500 years ago. He watched noble leaders fall while cunning tyrants rose, and he came to a brutal conclusion. A man who wishes to act entirely up to his professions of virtue soon meets with what destroys him. Let that sink in. The world punishes those who are only good. Why? Because goodness by its very nature assumes others will play fair. But Machiavelli knew, most don't. He wasn't telling you to be evil. He was telling you not to be naive. In modern terms, you're the person who brings cookies to a knife fight. And Machiavelli would whisper in your ear, wake up, they're not playing by your rules. You think your moral code protects you, but in a world that feeds on advantage, your goodness is visible and exploitable. So, what's the answer? Give up your values? Number. But you need to learn how to protect them, like armor, not like an open wound. What if I told you the world isn't run by the most moral people, but by those who appear moral and hide the rest? Here's a hard pill to swallow. The world doesn't care who you really are. It cares who you appear to be. That's why entire industries exist to polish your image. LinkedIn bios, personal brands, social media, authenticity. Virtue signaling is now a marketing strategy. But Machiavelli saw through it all. He wrote coldly, clearly, it is unnecessary for a prince to have all the good qualities, but it is necessary to appear to have them. He didn't say be good, he said look good, because people are drawn to what they see, not what's hidden in your intentions, your principles, or your soul. Think about it. The CEO who talks about mental health while overworking employees. The politician who smiles on camera while lying through their teeth. The friend who praises you publicly while envying you privately. They wear the mask of goodness because it disarms you. And that's Machiavelli's point. People judge more by the eyes than by the hands. They fall for performance, not truth. The irony? We value integrity, but reward deception that wears its costume well. It's like hiring someone because they vibe with you, then finding out their only real skill was vibing. Here's the danger. If you don't learn this game, you'll keep wondering why being real keeps getting you burned. Machiavelli isn't asking you to become fake. He's asking, are you willing to protect your goodness with a little strategy? Because if not, someone more cunning will wear the costume of you and walk away with what should have been yours. Here's what most people don't understand. Being good doesn't mean being passive. It doesn't mean turning the other cheek to manipulation or sacrificing your voice for the comfort of others. That's not morality. That's martyrdom. And Machiavelli would tell you, you must learn how not to be good and use that knowledge when necessary. Now that sounds dark until you realize what he's really saying. Don't abandon your goodness. Just stop advertising it to the wolves. Because when your kindness is automatic, expected, and unquestioned, people stop seeing it as virtue. They see it as leverage. And that's when you become disposable. So here's the strategy. Be kind, intentionally, not compulsively. Be honest, selectively, not foolishly. Be good, but don't be obvious. You're not canceling your empathy subscription. You're just adding a firewall. The truth is, the most dangerous people in the room aren't the cruel ones. They're the ones who can be cruel, but choose not to be. Because their kindness is a decision, not a weakness, not a brand, not bait, just a conscious choice, made from strength. So ask yourself, are you being good because it's who you are, or because you're afraid of what might happen if you say no? If it's the second, you're not kind. You're controlled. And Machiavelli would say that's how good people get destroyed. But what happens when you play it smart and still lose? That's where most break. But Machiavelli had an answer for that too. So what happens when you've done everything right? You were kind, you were smart, you stayed true to yourself. You even learned to play the game, and still, you lost the job, you got betrayed, they chose someone else. That's the moment most people break. Because we were taught that virtue is a contract. If I'm good, life should be good to me. But Machiavelli, he knew life doesn't sign that contract. Fortune is a woman, he wrote, and if you want to control her, you must treat her roughly. Now don't get distracted by the metaphor. What he meant was this. Life is unpredictable. It favors the bold, not the obedient. So when goodness fails, you don't abandon it. You upgrade it. You protect it with courage. And most importantly, you stop expecting the world to reward you for it. Because when you no longer need recognition for being good, you're finally free to be good for real. Like finally tipping the waiter without needing them to smile back. It's okay, buddy. We saw your effort. This is your last weapon. A kind of inner goodness that's not for show, not for applause, not for strategy, just for you. And no one can take that from you. Not liars, not narcissists, not betrayal, not even failure. Because what you've built inside is no longer part of the game. So now you see it. The world doesn't reward pure intentions. It rewards those who can move with clarity without being consumed. But this isn't a call to be cold. This is your invitation to become dangerous without losing your soul. To be kind, intentionally. To be honest, selectively. To be good, not to win, but because it's who you chose to be, even when no one's watching. Because in a world that punishes the naive and praises the polished, you have two choices. You can stay soft and hope the world plays fair, or you can stay true and learn how to wear armor with grace. The lion cannot protect himself from traps. The fox cannot defend himself from wolves. Machiavelli. So be both. If this made you feel something, you're not alone. There's a quiet revolution happening A tribe of thinkers who value truth over trends, clarity over clout, and power that begins on the inside. So if you're one of them, don't just scroll away. Subscribe, not because we said so, but because this space, it's yours. For misfits, for minds that don't settle, for people who've been burned, but still believe in rising smarter. Stay aware, stay sharp, and never forget, being good is only powerful if you know when to be silent about it. Until next time, protect your soul and play the game with eyes wide open.